Hi, how are you? How was your first week back at school? A little bit fun in the beginning, and then snow everywhere. And school was closed yesterday. So that's kind of cool. Gave us a chance to relax a little bit. Some of you had to do school online, so I'm sorry about that. But you didn't have to get up and get dressed and go to school. You could do it at home, right? I don't know. The other things that are happening, COVID is like so prevalent right now. It's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of people getting sick, a lot of people not getting sick, but still testing positive. It's a little crazy. And that's kind of where I'm at, as usual. So then I thought, well, let's talk about this just a little bit, because it's the first year. It's the first of the year. And we talked about that a little bit last year, change. Hopefully things are going to get better. And so I keep thinking I'm going to calm down. I'm going to mellow out. I'm not going to worry about things so much. But that doesn't happen. I keep worrying. Or I worry and then I calm down. And then I worry and I calm down. And so some of the stuff that we get crazy about has to do with COVID, some of it. You worry about getting sick. You worry about your family and friends getting sick. And you worry about dealing with work and school when these things happen. About getting stuck in the house. And basically, when was this going to end? Will it end? And you worry about all the other stuff you always worry about. Your family. Are they healthy? Are they safe? Are they doing the right thing? Are they financially okay? Your friends that you love like you love family. Are they okay? Is their families okay? Do they know that you love them? You worry about financial. Can I afford to pay the bills? Can my children afford to pay their bills? Can my friends? Can we afford to go out for dinner? Can we afford to pay for more cable because we're home longer, or more internet? Physical. We're getting older. Are we changing? Are we getting sicker, or our bodies aren't working as well? And work-related. Do we have a job? Can we keep the job? Okay. I gave you a lot of stuff to worry about, didn't I? I'm that nice of me. That is so nice of me. All right, now we're going to deal with that. Now we're going to deal with stress. And so the CDC put out a paper talking about coping with stress. And we know stress can cause fear and anger and sadness. It can change the way you eat. It can help give you a hard time sleeping or making decisions. It can give you body reactions like headaches and stomach aches and all of that. It can help you to eat more or drink more, make you do that. All right, so the CDC said, listen, here's a couple ways to deal with stress. Stop watching so much news. Just take a break from it for a little while, because the news, no matter what you're watching, I don't think that any of the news is honestly out and out lying. But I do think that right now it's a tough time of stuff going on, and that plays with your brain a little bit and your feelings. Take care of your body. I try to do this. Now this one says, take deep breaths. It's not a bad idea. It's kind of a meditation thing. Try to eat healthy and exercise, walk. You know, I read an article that said walking is one of the best things you can do for yourself, not just physically, but also emotionally. If you walk and you swing your arms, it's been shown that it helps you deal with things a little bit easier, and it helps you to feel better. Take some time to do things you like to do, like go to the movies or read a book, or take some time to be able to do that. And the CDC says talk to people. Talk to people, your friends, your family, your coworkers. Honestly, through the years, talking to my coworkers has been the best thing, because they're in the same boat you are sometimes. They understand what you're saying, and they don't feel like you're talking about them or complaining about them. They're just helping you through it. And then they can go home to their own stuff. And the last thing the CDC says is connect with your community or faith-based organization. That's us. We're a faith-based organization. So then I looked it up in the Bible. What's in the Bible that can help us through this? I go through this a lot. That's kind of basically what I do every week, is like look it up in the Bible. But I found an article that tells us when you feel something specific, go to this verse. They're only one verse each. And I thought, so whatever I'm dealing with in a particular time, like this week, the biggest thing I'm dealing with, maybe I could go to that verse. So if you feel, let's see. The first one says, when you feel that God doesn't respond to your concerns right away, that means, God, help me through this right now. And then you still have to feel the pain of it. So it says to read this, Psalm 34:6. This poor man called and the Lord heard him, and the Lord saved him from all his troubles. Didn't say when, just said he helped him and he saved him. Okay, so if you have something like that, where you feel like he's not responding to you right away, maybe repeat this. It's a form of meditation, and it's a form of remembering, and it's a way that it's going to pop back into your head when you need it. This poor man called, and the Lord heard them, and the Lord saved him from all his troubles. Say it over and over again. Write it down and put it on your mirror in the bathroom. Put it on your phone. Make a little reminder that it clicks up every once in a while. Make a little form of it and put it in the car. If you want God to do things your way and in your timing, which is kind of the same thing, you can look up Proverbs 3:5. Trust the Lord with all your heart. Don't depend on your own understanding. God knows more than we do. All right, so Proverbs 3:5. Trust the Lord with all your heart. Don't depend on your own understanding. Write it down. All right, so there's all kinds of stuff that you can learn. When you wonder why you're going through a hard time, why do we have to deal with this pandemic when there's so many other things that are happening? Romans 8:28 says, we know that in everything God works for the good of those who love him. They are the people God called, because that was his plan. God has a plan. Romans 8:28, we know that in everything God works for the good of those who love him. They are the people God called because that was his plan. That was his plan. Romans 8:28, that was his plan. Write it down. And when you're overwhelmed by troubles, this is the best one, John 14:1. Jesus said, don't let your hearts be troubled. Trust in God and trust in me. And you don't have to remember the whole thing, just that one part. Trust in God and trust in me. All right, and Samuel, 2 Samuel 22:7, when you're in distress, in my trouble I called to the Lord. I cried out to my God, and from his temple, he heard my voice. My call for help reached his ears. That's the one I think I'm going to put down. That's the one I'm going to type out and put on my mirror. And that's the one I'm going to repeat to myself every morning. In my trouble, I called to the Lord. I cried out to my God. And from his temple, he heard my voice. And my call for help reached his ears. That's the thing, isn't it? Did God hear me? He did. I've had a hard time this week with a bunch of different things. And I cry out to God. And then it got better. Not only did it get better, but my understanding of the importance of it became more realistic. So something bad happened or something bad could happen, and I prayed, and then I realized the reality is it's not that bad. It's not that bad. Bad things happen. I worry that more bad things are going to happen. prayed, and it got better. I didn't think it was going to get better. I thought I was going to be upset forever. I was upset for a little while. Then I got over it. This is not a time that you're going to feel good every day. Honestly, there is no time you're going to feel good every day. There's no time that you're going to be always happy. There's always going to be stuff going on. Whether it's this pandemic, your children changing, you changing, life happens. It moves on. There's never going to be the time that I am always going to be happy. But when I'm scared and panicking, if I stop and pray, my heart stops beating so fast. The fear in my stomach mellows out. I don't feel the need to go do something crazy. I just calm down. You can calm down and have these verses ready for you. And all you have to do is type in whatever's going on in your life and say, when I feel afraid, where can I go what can I read in the Bible? Bible verses to read when I'm afraid. Bible verses to read when I am not happy. Bible verses to read when I need something done now. And then it comes up. And then you look at them and you think, which one appeals to me? Because that's what it's about. Which one do I understand? And write it down and remember it. Write it down and say it every day. Because I don't remember things very well, but write it down. And every day you say it until you got it and you don't need it anymore. And then if it's something else comes up, do it again. It's not a bad way to be. And I remember when we were kids, we used to have to memorize these things. And there's a reason for it. Because when you memorize it, it comes stuck in your head and you get it. All right, so try to see if you can find one verse that will help you through whatever's bothering you right now. And write it down and stick it on your mirror or stick it in the car or put it in both places or anywhere. And every time you see it, say it. It doesn't have to be the whole verse. Could just be the last part. Let's see if that helps. I really hope so. I'm going to try it. All right. Listen, there's snow. It's beautiful. And God's got this. All right? I love you. I miss you a lot. But we'll be together soon. Have a good week.